Welcome to the Open Forum in the Villages, Florida podcast. In this show we talk to leaders in the community, leaders of clubs and interesting folks who live here in the villages, to give perspectives of what is happening here in the villages. We hope to add a new episode most Fridays at 9 a.m. We are a listener-supported podcast. You can become a supporter for as little as $3 per month, or you can choose to pay more. To become a supporter, go to openforuminthevillages.com and click on Support in the black box. There will be shoutouts for supporters in episodes. In Season 4, we have made some dramatic improvements and changes. First is a clarification of the podcast's title. It is Open Forum in the Villages, Florida, to make clear that this is a regional show, independently produced for folks who live in Central Florida and the Villages areas. Second is a dramatic increase in the use of AI in the creation of each episode. In fact, the show's announcers are now all AI voices, including me, Emily. Hope you enjoy.
This is Mike Roth on Open Forum in the Villages. Today's show is going to be a little bit different. Today, we're going to be going out to the Cars and Coffee behind Fidelity Investments in the Lake Sumter area. I'm going to be talking to, first, a couple of Porsche people about the cars they brought. Then I'm going to have an interesting conversation with a couple of members of the Tesla Club about the Tesla cars that they brought. I think it was a Model Y and the SUV. And then we're actually going to be able to hear that Tesla play Happy Birthday as all the doors and go up and down and the windshield wipers and lights flash. But it's a nice little trick. And we talk about some of the autonomous driving features that are now available on Tesla and are going to be coming on the Mercedes-Benz S-Class for the 2024 model year. As I was recording this event outdoors with a portable digital recorder, the sound quality is substantially below the sound quality which we get here in the studio. However, I thought the information was quite valuable and therefore I'm including it in the show. This is Mike Roth on Open Forum in the Villages. I'm talking with
Timber Kirby.
Timber, tell our listeners about your Porsche.
It's a 2021 base Boxster that I have changed a little bit. I just upgraded to 20-inch wheels.
Okay.
I've put 6,000 miles on it last summer, doing 16 states and 6 driving days. The car is smarter than the driver, especially when you get around the bendy bits.
What's that smarter than the driver?
It knows where to go. It just glued to the road. Wherever you steer it, it's going. It's amazing.
So it has self-driving features?
No, it doesn't. The self-driving is actually the pilot case, but it knows how to get away from curbs and everything else with all the... Got about 44 miles to a gallon on the road, probably get around 24 around town.
Is that a 6-cylinder or...
4. It's a blown 4 twin turbos. Only has 300 horsepower, but I'm probably going to upgrade to the Soul pipes, and I can get another horsepower out of that, just for a little deeper sound.
For those who don't know what a Soul pipe is,
it's an exhaust made for all the sports cars. It's one of the big manufacturers, very reliable exhaust.
Great. Anything else you want to tell our listeners about your car?
No, just come to our last Saturdays. Come meet everybody. It's a great group of people here.
Yeah, we're talking about the Cars and Coffee.
Yes.
Last Saturday of the month.
Yep.
In the parking lot that's directly behind Fidelity Investments.
And I think we have enough groups. Mercedes has a huge group, right?
Right.
And we have a BMW, a Corvette group, I know.
Yes.
Porsche group.
Right.
And they're getting very active. See, the Porsche group is growing by leaps and bounds this year compared to last year.
Oh, yeah, are you?
Yeah.
How many members is the Porsche group up to?
We had 80 cars go last Saturday for our lunch over in Crystal River.
Yeah. Where did you have lunch that can accommodate 80 people?
Cedars Seafood right there on 19 in Crystal River. We've been to Plantation. We've been to Micanopy.
Yeah.
We've been to the old train station up in Micanopy. We've been to Palatka? I'm not from around here, so I'm guessing at these names. Pardon pronounce. I've been to probably some other place I can't pronounce.
Okay, thanks. This is Mike Roth with Dr. Craig Curtis for today's Alzheimer's tip. Dr. Curtis, is there any type of treatment today for patients with Alzheimer's which would reverse the progression of the disease?
Mike, unfortunately, we do not have any medication today that can reverse the progress of Alzheimer's disease. What we are showing is that the newer medications can help slow the progression by approximately 30%, but we do not currently have any way of halting the progression of Alzheimer's disease, nor reversing Alzheimer's disease. That's why we're still doing research.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
With over 20 years of experience studying brain health, Dr. Curtis's goal is to educate the Villages community on how to live a longer, healthier life. To learn more, visit his website, CraigCurtisMD.com or call 352-500-5252 to attend a free seminar.
Pretty nice. Yeah, my neighbors are crazy about it. And I play the boombox works, but only in park.
Yeah.
I wish they would have left it.
Mm-hmm.
And with the different horns it plays and
Yeah,
stuff. Hey,
I need that. I need that.
safety department.
I need that antique horn for to get the walkers out of the way.
Yeah.
Because the car's so quiet, you come up behind people and they don't hear you coming.
By the way, I'm talking to your name,
I'm Pat
Pat,
McQuillan.
and we're talking on Open Forum in the Villages podcast.
Okay, I kind of guessed that thing. It was either that or your fancy cell phone.
No, it's not a cell phone. You'll be able to listen to it there in about a month.
Oh, okay.
Great.
So Pat, could you play that?
You want me to play it again?
Yeah.
My
Okay.
daughter's on. You're talking about the radio here in the Villages?
No,
Is that-
no.
No,
This is on the internet,
This
right?
is on the internet.
It's on the internet. Okay.
Okay. Let me, okay, watch your head. I got to close everything up. Start fresh.
Yeah, this will make a biker fall.
His is a 6-seater. Mine's a 5.
Oh, okay.
He actually has 2 seats way in the back there and gold wings.
Yeah. Yours doesn't have the gold wings?
No, mine is an SUV actually. It's a little higher off the ground than his, and you could sleep in the back of it. So big, and it's got the most storage of any of the Teslas, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to maybe go. This has auto close too. I walk away. That door closed.
On its own?
But just give it a push, would you? Push the hand.
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't even need
Oh,
to touch it. It
didn't
was
touch
ready to go.
Yeah. It opens when you walk up to it. There you go.
Did you see that?
So what year is it? 22. So the gold wing doors open and close. The front doors open.
Oh yeah. Windows up and down, and the mirror's actually moving some.
So what prevents the doors from hitting a car that's adjacent to it in a tight parking lot?
It knows. It knows how.
It knows how close it is.
See the wing doors? They'll either come out and up, or they'll go up and up, depending on what's close.
Yeah, it's an intelligent car.
And this one has full self-driving. I was explaining I came here from Belvedere and didn't have to take off the self-driving till I got to the intersection.
Yeah, you mean it's a level 2 self-driving?
I'm not sure what level it is, but it's
It's
the highest. I have the latest beta version of the self-driving.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Well, for me, it's a version number.
It'll pretty well take you to the place you want to go in a city. No problem.
Well, the only 2 places in the country that have self-driving approved legally on the road.
San Francisco.
San Francisco. No, actually, it's California and in Nevada. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you turn your car on full self-driving mode here,
Yeah,
in
you
Florida,
still have to
you're
keep
in
a
trouble.
hand. You have to keep your hands on the
Absolutely,
wheel.
yeah. You have to keep your hand on the wheel or within so many seconds.
And in fact, self-driving, those states where it's so-called legal, you can't go more than 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, this is a different thing. We can go up to 85. You got to have your hand on the steering wheel. But with the latest update, because people were cheating, they'd hang something on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
They monitor it with the internal cam.
And
that
monitor your eyes.
So if
Make
you're
sure
if you're screwing around,
awake. If your eyes are closed, and you're in trouble.
yeah, it's not good. And when I first got it, I took my cell phone and I picked it up, and it just went bananas. Beeping, red lights flashing. You do that 4 more times and we shut you off. So they're very cautious.
The Mercedes has self-driving feature, at level 2.
Yeah. Enhanced cruise control, I think is one word for it.
Well, no, enhanced cruise control, but it's also self-driving. It'll keep you within the lane lines.
Yeah.
Okay. Problem is that where the lane lines fail, the car may try to drive off the road.
Yeah, we had it when I first took delivery. I've had it 18 months. I first took delivery. That was pretty much what they considered that full. But every 4 to 6 weeks, I get a new update. And now it'll go down, I don't remember the name of that road, but it will go down a road with no lane marking. And normally what it does, it stays in the center of the lane until there's oncoming traffic. It pulls over until they pass.
What happens on a road like 44 where the right lane markings disappear
Well,
in many places?
Yeah, is 44 the one that goes south off Rolling Acres?
It goes east and west, really. 44.
Well, this is a north. Oh, I don't. There's one.
See, Rolling Acres doesn't have a right lane.
Oh, I'm
marker.
sorry, not Rolling Acres. Rainy Trail. Rainy Trail is fine, but as soon as I turn left.
On 301?
No, before 301. It's a dirt. It's not a dirt road, but it's an unmarked.
I know what you're talking about. I've been there.
Okay, that it will handle that. Yeah, there's no lane markings at all, and it will go down the center until someone's coming. It'll move over, they pass. So yeah, it can do that.
These self-driving features are an area of development for the next model year on Mercedes S-Class.
Yeah,
They have level 3, okay, which is fully autonomous self-driving below 40 miles an hour.
Oh, see, I can get like I said, mine can go up to deep. But before I forget, I want to tell you a story.
Go ahead.
This happened at one of the Tesla, one of the car shows at Brownwood it was less than a year ago. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I was talking to father, son, and grandson. And I said, when your grandson is our age, he's going to be down here. He's going to tell his grandchildren, when I was your age, my father's car had a steering wheel. And this kid pipes up, yeah, and it was on the ground. The car was on the ground. He's anticipating
hover cars.
Hoover cars.
Well, that's a whole different animal.
Isn't it though?
Well,
But hey,
you don't have frictional brakes.
you don't need them.
I don't use the brake at all here.
No, we don't.
Use the brake.
It's
Drive
that-
it in one pedal mode.
that
and
one
it's
pedal, up,
fabulous.
down.
Once you
Yeah,
get the hang of it,
in
except for emergencies.
In Mercedes, that's called recuperation,
Mhm.
high recuperation, and the brake pedals are still available,
Right.
but for most stops, they're not necessary.
Exactly. That motor
And
hold.
the motor holds it. It will actually hold the car at a stop, turn on creep mode, so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I talked to a gentleman over at the fitness center. I saw him there about 2 months ago. I had the car. He had a motorcycle. He started to ask me questions. He said, well, I take delivery of mine tomorrow. He literally was one. So now I see him 2 months later in the fitness. I asked him how he liked it. I think he got the Model S, the hype. But he said, well, we drove it. Well, I'll never go back to another car. And that's pretty much what I'm feeling about this one.
That president of the Tesla Club, the past president,
Mhm.
he used to drive his on the racetrack in Sept.
Oh yeah, because he was saying how many tires he had to replace.
wears through, yeah.
Yeah, he
well,
did.
that's an interesting question. So you take your Tesla out to the racetrack, and putting it on the racetrack, you're going to burn the battery down a lot faster. Where do you recharge?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, about three runs and your battery's close to dead.
Yeah.
But he was talking about what it does tires. Because I said I'm going to need a new set of tires.
Well, and tires are another story altogether.
Yeah.
You never have to worry about getting stuck Tesla. I just took a trip up to Kentucky. It'll plan it all out for you. If you let it do the planning,
Yep.
it'll take care of it all. And
How low do you let the battery go?
10, 20%.
If you let it decide, it usually stakes between 20 and 80 normally, 20 and 80%, They think that's the efficient way to travel. But I let it go down purposely because I plan my own stops. I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
And I was headed to Alabama and then up to Kentucky. And it started warning me and said, wait, telling me where there was a supercharger, and I just kept driving because I use a home charger. I carry a mobile charger in my frunk in the front here.
Well,
And I was going
110 volt charger.
Yeah, it's 110 or 230. I can do either one. 240 rather. It's 120 and 240. So anyway, it says you're about to pass the point of no return if you don't turn on the such and such. So it's looking out for you. But I knew no problem. I ran it down to 10%, but I plugged it into their home because I was going to stay there 2 days and
that works.
let it charge back up. Yeah.
I call that the brother-in-law cable.
Yeah.
In fact, I went out and bought 100-foot heavy, really the heaviest construct cord, extension cord I could get. And when I travel, I throw that in. And yeah, there you go. Same.
See, well, it's not a heavy duty cord.
No, mine's super heavy.
Yeah.
But still.
Here, this will take 30 amps at any RV center here. Yeah, go ahead. This right here is about as heavy as you can buy for a cord. This should be 12.3.
That's probably only a 15. That's a 15 amp.
Yeah, it's got a 15 amp receptacle, but it's actually a 20 amp capability. But yeah, maybe the connectors would get hot. But you can limit how much current it takes by this or by the car. So if I'm plugged up at somebody's home, I'll plug into 15 and make a charge at 12 amp, which is, 80% of what you're allowed to go in the receptacle. And if they've got other things on the circuit that they're using, I can kick it down to however low I want.
Of course, here everybody's got a golf cart outlet
Right.
in their garage, which is what. Well, here's the other thing.
Not everyone has a golf cart outlet.
We have
and there's
Really?
I suppose.
we have an electric golf cart, and we paid $150 to have a separate 15 amp circuit brought to where the electric cable is going to charge.
Is it?
No.
Okay,
no.
I got my wife the Atomic, 4-door Atomic for her birthday 3 years ago. Yeah, and that's an amazing. Have you ever looked at them?
Yes.
Sealed. I mean, I wanted it for the crash. I think.
Remember, our next episode will be released next Friday at 9 a.m. Should you want to become a major supporter of the show or have questions, please contact us at mike@rothvoice.com. This is a shout out for supporters Greg Pangian, Tweet Coleman, Dan Capellan, Ed Williams, Alvin Stenzel, and major supporter Dr. Craig Curtis at K2 in the Villages. We will be hearing more from Dr. Curtis with short Alzheimer's tips each week. If you know someone who should be on the show, contact us at mike@rothvoice.com. We thank everyone for listening to the show. The content of the show is copyrighted by Roth Voice 2023, all rights reserved.